Hi everyone. Welcome back to Ben is Super Behind and Everything. Well, I'll be honest. Oops, that's the wrong button. I'll be honest. Please share my screen. Don't make me restart the stream too. Oh my god. Today is not working out well for me. So, I'll be back in a second. Because there's no way I can... Oh, there it is. Sometimes it just takes like 5 minutes. Thank goodness. It has been a mess today. So hi everyone. Let me just finish all this other stuff that I was doing at the same time. I had to work a little bit late. Is doing testing on software that I'm working on updating, and things broke about an hour ago, and I've been working my ass off trying to fix it, and it hasn't been fixed. But thankfully, the tester decided to go home for the day, so there's not much that I can do. Nice. Beyond that. So, here we are. A little bit of a shorter show, unfortunately, because due to my time restrictions, I can't really go long. But that doesn't mean we can't have a good time. And I think my volume's a little low, so I'm going to fix that and clean my glasses because they basically went in my mouth for some reason. And let's see what we can do. Hi, Formal. Today is a mess. My chair is being progressively more wobbly. Hey, Code Ninja. Okay, headphones work. I might need to buy a new chair soon. I did. It was very embarrassing. Okay, so the last challenge on this list that I said I was going to do today, even though I'm at like a 15-minute deficit already, is I need to write an entire piece for strings using only the pizzicato technique for every instrument. And for those who aren't familiar, the pizzicato is the pluck. Hi, Formal. Hi, Formal. It's great to see ya. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so, oh my god, my chair is getting super wobbly. I don't know if that is a recent development or what. So I am going to set a timer, and I'm going to set the timer for, unfortunately, 1 hour and 45 minutes. And Firefox wants to update. Okay, Ableton. Timer. Start. Let's go. Good to hear, Formal. Okay, so the challenge is to make a song using only the plucks. I mean, I could make a very, very simple track, which I think I'm going to do. I'm also drinking caffeine today, which may help or hinder me in the following 2 hours. Yeah, so 94. I am probably just going to go with what I had. Hi. What's up? What? No? What? My wife doesn't want to be on camera. Okay, so you're freaking out the cats.
He wants to be chased.
Yeah, I know.
He wants someone to chase him.
Yeah. Okay, so that would be boom. Okay. Oh, poor kitties. That's a little fast. So what this sounds like right now is some kind of weird Zelda-ish theme for like a forest or something similar. In the meantime, I got to figure out how to make everything in this song with the pizzicato. And I'm thinking that I can cheat a little bit if I wanted to do some like effects. Because maybe some effects or autumn forest. Hey, well that's appropriate. Okay. I'm gonna make them a little bit quieter so they're not as, the plucks aren't as harsh. I think that will help. Yeah. Because I want the bass notes to stand out too. Okay, so this should actually be there. Get rid of that. So, aside from the craziness going on in my life, how's everybody else doing? And it's really not that crazy, to be honest. It's just one of those things where everything piled up at the last possible second, and I had to take care of it. Otherwise, things are all right. Aside from all that other stuff that's going on in the world. So I'm starting to think that this needs a little bit of a swing to it. So I'm going to add a little bit of swing. And then, seeing as we're just going to go... Whoa! TDE is now following. Thanks so much, man. It's good to hear from you. Oh, wait. I need to put a piano on here. I usually have a piano on here. It seems to be tradition that when somebody follows, I jam out on the piano for like 30 seconds. So, TDE is for you. Oh, boy. That kind of went off the rails. Yeah, so thanks for joining. And yeah, so the point of the 2-hour trek challenge is to take a challenge. In this case, the challenge came from the composition quest log by the Video Game Music Academy. And the challenge was to create a song using only the pizzicato technique. And I think that that basically guarantees that your song is going to sound like a video game from the 90s, which isn't a bad thing. So this pattern at the end, I feel like I need to break. I need to break this pattern. So let's bust it. I don't know why everything got so off kilter. There we go. Okay. So, I mean, this song is going to be... Oh, that's interesting. No, I have defined right here. So if right now it's very ambiguous as to what if this is major or minor. If I removed these, you won't... You won't know. I could actually... Oh, wait, no, I can keep these in. That's very interesting. So right now... Or I can move this down a half step and it's minor key. Both work actually really well. I might actually put it in minor. Because it sounds a little bit more mysterious, and I'm fine with the mystery right now. Because I think it sounds neato. Spoopy poopy. Yep, exactly. Is that what this song is going to be called, Formal? The Spoopy Spooder for us? Okay, so I'm doing I'm doing a little bit of a chord changes on here just to make things. The other thing I want to do is I realize that this has its own reverb on it. And I kind of want to add my own, just because, well, I am a control freak. So that way I can... Okay, Formal, you win. 2016, 11/9, the Spoopy Spooder Forest. What could go wrong with that? Glad I can make you happy. So this is the wrong note, but it sounds very good, so I'm leaving it in. I honestly don't know why my chair got super wiggly all of a sudden, but I'm really afraid I'm just gonna like fall. I'm not that hard on my chair. I know I sit on it a lot, but so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this, and I'm gonna add like an actual lead instead of just a bass and a rhythm, because right now it's very, very boring. Well, not really in a good way, but that's just what it is. Well, gotta watch out for those, I guess. Yeah, so I actually kind of want to make this not super technical. Formal, I'm jealous. I got this one from Costco, and it worked really well. I think I got it like a year and a half ago, but I just noticed that it started getting really, really wobbly. So I don't know if one of the screws is loose. Pause for joke. But yeah. So right now I'm just kind of oh, that's unfortunate. It's a very nice chair aside from the fact that it's slowly breaking underneath me. And even that like doesn't bother me a huge amount because, you know, I got it for a good deal and stuff. I just don't want it to like break and fall on a cat because the cats like to sit underneath my chair. Oops. If I can get fancy with another thing here, but I don't think it'll let me. Maybe. Okay, so this should actually be here. Yeah, because this works really well here because there's no confliction. Basically what I want to do is I just want to swap over to the major chord super fast and then bring it back to where it was. That would be this. Lazy boy computer chair. Maybe I'll make that one of my Patreon goals. Then I'll never leave. I'll have to stream because I can't get up. Okay, so this is going up to the 3rd, which would work there, but I think it will work better here, so. It's close. That should be fixed in the beginning part too. I'm not really sure how I missed that one. And I do want to add extra sections and stuff to this as well. New template size. Formal ghost? That is an excellent question that I do not have the answer to. Okay, so we've got like a pretty solid start to this, which is good. I posted something on Reddit, and now I've got 1,000 votes, so I guess like I'm a major celebrity now, so you guys just have to kind of deal with that. That was about the Iron Giant. I've never actually seen the Iron Giant, but I know enough about it. So, actually, you know what? I never actually posted on Twitter that I was streaming. So I should probably do that super fast. Never actually. Hey, mostly useful. I am running behind. And post. Okay, done. It's the only interaction I want with Twitter today. Oh boy. I don't know why CD Baby wants my mailing address. I'm trying to cancel my account with them because I don't really use it anymore. And I just got a response being like, yeah, we need your mailing address if we want to cancel your account. Which seems a little sketchy, doesn't it? And it's not that I have anything against CD Baby. I think that they're actually a very excellent company. It's just none of my stuff is there anymore, so there's no point in me maintaining a presence there. It's basically just a dead link that's going to be optimized for Google. So I want to try to get rid of it. Okay, so we're going to make another section here. And actually, let's have a little bit more fun with it and bring it up to the 5. The 5. And that way, we get a little bit more movement rather than just the same old chord progression. We can... I've been trying to get a little bit more adventurous with how I structure melodies and stuff. Yeah, that doesn't sound very good. But, you know, I can't just slap this on here and expect it to sound great right away. Let's work. Well, let's get context first. Yeah, honestly, I'm fine with something a little bit more basic. Oh my god, this chair is actually really starting to freak me out. I almost just want to get like a folding chair from somewhere. Oh boy. So what I can do is instead of having the lead be as active, I can kind of cut it down. Oh, Drex-sama is now following. Thanks so much for the follow. I'll play you a little piano in just a second. I gotta finish up this little bit here, and then yeah, I'll get you some tunes in just a second. I'm thinking about adding like a little arpeggiator here, or a little arpeggio here. And that might help move things along a little bit in a different direction. All right, Drek. Was it Drek? Yes. Drex-sama. So, thank you so much. Yeah, that was one all right. I like that one. It's always different. I want to do more like jazzy stuff, but I can't always just do the normal improv thing and then just kind of just jump into jazz like. Yeah. So I gotta find my rhythm for that. Well, yeah, it takes a lot of time to. I've definitely fallen out of practice plenty of times in my life. Actually, it happened very recently. So, like, I don't blame you. At all. I do like that it like hints at a major chord right here, and then it just kind of goes back to the normal the normal feeling. I do want to mess around with like chord structures a little bit more, but that's something that's actually very difficult, especially in the context of this challenge where I'm really just working with the I'm working with basically one instrument here. Granted, I have as much polyphony as I want, which means I can use as many notes simultaneously as I want, but I'm still stuck with the plucked strings. So I can only do so much. I think that's a decent transition. I'm trying to figure out a good way of handling all of this. Maybe doing this so this isn't just like some weird offbeat stuff. I can maybe make that its own little loop. Whoa. Cat's sitting on all my DJ equipment. I need to move him real quick. Ow. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Ugh. This guy. There. Let's go like this. He's very large. Anyway. Ableton. So, where was I? Aside from talking about cats. Yeah, there's kitties everywhere. Okay, so this part needs to be adjusted. Okay, so I like it up to like, yep, right here. He's very floofy. He is oh, now he's sitting on my clean clothes. Would you stop it? He's just looking at me. He's part Maine Coon. He's a very, very lovable cat. And he pretends to be dumb, even though I don't think he really is. Oh, let's not do that. Nope. Nope. Where was that? I think that might have been fine the way it was. I don't want to make it too complicated. Yeah, they're pretty big. Boo, this kitty is... he's like 14 to 16 pounds, maybe more. Probably more. Also, hi, Pokey. Okay, so this bass line. They can be. Sometimes they're friendly, sometimes they're not. He's temperamental. Sometimes he sleeps in the bed, sometimes he just goes off and does his own thing. Depends on how hot or cold out it is. Yeah, maybe it's 20 pounds. I'm not a very good judge of weight, which is evidenced by my own weight. Yeah. Yeah, they can be. I think it depends on more the environment the cat was raised up in rather than the type of cat itself. I feel anyway. So this is going all right. I kind of want to add a little bit, or at least a very, very short intro with just the bass. Okay, so I actually do feel like, yeah, and I'm not saying that, you know, a Siamese, or I think Siamese are kind of mean. So like a mean cat will always be nice if it's in the right environment, but I do feel environment plays a very large part. And just kind of what you're gonna get. So I kind of need a little bit of a transition here, which I think I can pull off fairly simple. Just filling this out a little bit. That's very confusing. I kind of like that, since this is, what is it called? The Spoopy Spooder forest. We don't have to make it understandable, grokkable, if you want to go with that parlance, which personally I don't really like. I'm not really a big fan of the word grok, partially because I wasn't really a big fan of the book where that word spawned from, which is Stranger in a Strange Land. I feel like it's basically the same as the word understand, except with less syllables. And I know that grok actually means like fundamentally understand on a base level, so you kind of like you can picture everything, like the whole system in your mind. You know, you don't have to like write it down or expend a lot of effort with it. And I that's a lot longer than, you know, just saying I understand all that, and I just don't like the word, okay? Jeez, get off my back. Yeah. I am going to turn on at least one more light because it's starting to get dark in here at 5 o'clock because daylight saving time. I'm going to look at my chair real quick, actually. Sorry for doing this, but it's actually really starting to scare me that I'm wobbling so much, so I'm just going to go like this, and my 1 minute break will be me right here flipping my chair over. Well, prognosis isn't great. It's part of the main structure and not something that I can really just like tighten with a screw. So it's like it has a lot of lean to it. It worries me. So my initial thought with this song is to actually make the full song, which, considering the context and the challenge, probably will only be like a minute 30 or something, because I'll probably like I'll bring back this part. I'll have probably another like a C section or something in the middle here where it's where it goes into something else. It reverts back to the original theme, and then it'll loop, which is cool. Like, I like video game music in that context. So we'll have this. I'm going to mark it as red, so I just don't be like, oh, that's good. Good enough. That, mark it as red. We'll have a third section here. Actually, let's do something weird with that third section and be like, this is in 3/4. No, 3/4 is too boring. 5/4. Hell yeah. Then back to 4/4. Because we're not crazy people. Just like to have a little fun once in a while. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. There we go. And that might not work. It might, but it might not. We'll do this. We'll do this. Again. And then that. Okay. Minute 40. That's not bad. Loop points would be like from here to here. No, the loop points would probably be the whole thing. Whatever. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I don't even know if I'll stick with all this, but, you know, it's something to work off of. And then I figure what I'll do is the challenge... Oh, my God, this chair. The challenge was to just use pizzicato. The challenge did not say anything about using effects to beat the hell out of them and make something completely different, like pads or maybe a piano. Because if you think about it, a plucked string is basically the same thing as a hammered string from a piano. Not basically, but it's similar. So, we'll see where we go. Feels a little fast. That probably won't work. I am just trying different things, seeing what I can get to stick here. I also think that I might just mute this for the time being and then get back to it, because I feel like getting the bass structure down is a little bit more important. That's pretty weird. Ugh, okay, so this isn't going to work there. And that goes up there. Okay. Now, this would probably be more physically impossible on a violin or a stringed instrument to do a dissonant like this. But sometimes stuff like that turns out pretty fun. So I'ma do it. It's getting there. It's getting there. A little bit more spacious in this part. And then this would go up. So another thing with these dissonant notes is they should be like offset by a little bit, so it's easier to tell that they're dissonant. Okay, so this bit is good. Like, I want to leave that fairly consistent with the original because that's kind of the main theme of this. However, I want to find a way to lead it into this weird section here. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not, but it's fun to do some weird stuff, and that's fine. So after that, it'll go into this, which is kind of like a bridge. Okay. So as far as loop points go, I'm trying to like figure out three things at the same time, and it's not really working for me right now. Yeah, that works better. Okay, so I don't really... there we go. Okay, so let's mess with this one a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to change it a whole lot. Nope. That rhythm's eluding me for some reason. Oops. I think that's good. Like I said, I don't want to make huge changes here. Okay, we'll move on to this part, which probably is going to be difficult if I don't have this. So the trick here is to see if I can squeeze this in without anybody noticing. Obviously, the people watching this will notice, but if I can... Oh, excuse me. If I can kind of change things around a little bit just so it feels uncomfortable, but it's not noticeable. That is really what I'm looking for here. So let's just take this loop. And this goes out to here. And this goes out to here. Actually, those could go away. think that'll work all right. Now, I mean, it's still noticeable, but and then let's do just like actually go a little bit harder on the arpeggios now, and like again, this kind of stuff just throws people off. I don't think I'll stay with this forever, but, you know, it's a start. It's just a little too active, isn't it? Well, one thing you can do is just cheese it. The next thing you can do is you can mess with the volumes, which is going to be a little difficult in here because there's a lot of overlap. But we'll make it happen. We always do. And then, yeah, just having this kind of little midsection. Which I actually kind of like a lot. Wish I had a harp or something. To work with, like a harp to work with would be very beneficial right now. Okay, so I want to add more wrong notes because that's fun. It's not going to work in this time, though. Cool. Okay, so let's listen to it in the context of like the whole song, or at least enough of the song to get a feeling of the 4/4 time again. That works well. Just feels a little off, doesn't it? I'm gonna tone these down a little bit. It's going back into the main thing a little hard. Okay, we'll bring up the volumes here. We're working through it. It's actually going really fast. I know I started a little late, which sucks, but things have been going pretty well for this track, considering I didn't really know what I was doing right away. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I say that's good. I'll just let that run now. So this is a weird challenge, but it's getting there. I think that now that like the main part is done, I'm going to try to mess around, and since I can only use plucked instruments, but I'm not told that I can only use them without effects, I'm going to try to make like some pads and stuff, probably just for this middle section, just to give it a little bit more intrigue. Especially this section. There we go. That's pretty cool. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to take a middle C. And just crank it like that. And I'm going to just sample it. So this is going to be the only audio source I have for this, resampling. Nice. Get rid of that. Okay. So as it stands right now, this song is basically done. Like I could mess around with it some more and tinker with each individual note and all this other stuff, but honestly, like, it's good the way it is. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to add more intrigue to it. So I have or just more layers, I guess is probably a better way of putting it. So I have my sample here, and since the sample is only middle C, my range is fairly limited. But there's a cat moving my hand around because he wants pets. But I can bring this into a, well, I guess I can bring it into a sampler this way. Sampler. Thank you. Nice. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we're going to bring up the compression. It's always fun to mess around with samples like that and just see how zany you can make it. What did I just do? Get out of here. But I'm not going to do that. Actually, what I am going to do is I am going to kind of chop this up a little bit more. So this is going to be more sound design for a little bit, which should be fun. As much as I like these sounds, they don't really fit with the... They don't really fit with what I'm trying to do. But the nice thing about this is it gives me a lot of crazy overtones to work with, which is nice. Oh, okay, so let me render that, then bring it in. So it has this kind of weird, plucky piano sound, which is kind of cool. But we don't want a ton of that. So I might mess with this a little bit more and see if I can get something a little bit... Wish I could make this a little bit more... Nope, too slow. Okay, get that, get that. That's pretty cool, right? Let's just lighten up on the compressor. Another thing that can happen. Dank. Yeah. It's getting there. Like a chorus. And this reverb actually isn't doing it for me. I think I need to pull out the big guns and bring in the like the Valhalla shimmer, like after it, because that lasts forever. I mean, I could be crazy about it and put. I don't know if it'll fit with this song at all, but it's fun to play with. And I was going to add a little bit of, not overdrive, probably saturation, just to round it out a little bit more and give it a little bit more kick. Okay, so if I just go over here, and since this is all going to be pretty much the same chord progression anyway, sure, why not? Let's see if this works. I'm screwing myself up now. For one, this is too quiet. For two, I think maybe it just needs to be here. I'll see. I don't know. Maybe that's too weird of an addition. Just maybe I should just leave it as it is. Maybe I should just do everything with a little bit of a flair on it. Although I probably should be in the correct key when I do it. Okay, let's just try recording that again. That little swap to major is really throwing me off. Whoa. I was trying to get fancy, and getting fancy will get you killed. This harsh game of music. You don't know what you'll come up against. But don't get cute. That's what I learned. Ugh. Just stick with what works. Cool. One thing I'm not very good at is leaving songs open and allowing them to have some space in them. But I think I'm going to do that with this one. Give it some space. 31 minutes left. I might actually... I'll be honest, today's been kind of a mess, especially the last 3 hours of it. So if this is a shorter stream, that's just how it goes, unfortunately. But because I'm also really tired. Might take a nap before I have to leave for the rest of my stuff tonight. Because honestly, I'm really pleased with where this song is sitting right now. And I'm kind of limited with my options. Go like this. Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's a little bit of a shorter stream, and I kind of apologize for that. But circumstances. Circumstances really require me to finish some things up elsewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some quick mastering on this, and I think I'm going to be done for today. I know this was a bit of a shorter stream, and like I said, I do apologize for that. But I'm like trying to regroup right now. I have a whole lot of things going on that I need to take care of. And if I can take care of those, that gives me more time in the future to work on this stuff. So I'm going to turn up the volume so watch your ears. Oh man, it's been super quiet. I apologize for that. I didn't know it was so quiet. My headphones are cranked way up. I apologize for that. Hey, Zelgrith. That thing. Oh, yeah. That's good to hear, man. The stream is making a song using only the pluck sound from a string, which I did. I cheated a little bit here by creating an instrument off of that plucked string, but, you know, the stipulations didn't go that far, so... But I'm actually almost done with this because I'm pretty tired, and I've got a DJ for 2 hours in like an hour and a half. So I might I'm planning on just kind of calling the stream in a little bit and taking it easy. But I think that's going to be this song. So yeah, you can find me. I'm gonna try to condense down my after stream narration because it's very long. So you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, and YouTube. If you're watching me on Twitch, consider subscribing and following me and getting email alerts, because then you'll get notification when I come online, and I do a lot of music stuff, not limited to challenges. If you're on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, consider liking or subscribing to this channel and checking out my Twitch feed, because I have a lot of stuff on there. It's still really long. I need to like write something out and just be like, okay, these are the points that I need to make. I need to tell people that if you're on YouTube, go to Twitch. If you're on Twitch, go to YouTube, because content isn't always the same. And if you want to talk to me, go to Twitter. And if you want to support me, go to Patreon. Yeah, that's pretty fast. Either way, that's this song. It was a lot of fun to make, actually, and it went by very quickly. I started 15 minutes late, and this one was only like an hour and 10 minutes long, which is cool. Makes me happy. So thanks to the Formal Ghost, who suggested that I name the song the Spoopy Spooder Forest. I'm going to have a fun time trying to find an image for that. That is the song for today. We'll play it through real quick, and then I'm going to get going. And yeah. It is a pretty good name. Cool. That is the song. As always, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I apologize again that this is a bit of a shorter stream, but we accomplished our mission. That's for dang sure. And we had a good time doing it, I hope. So I'm going to end the stream right now, and I hope you guys have a great afternoon/evening, depending on where you are on this planet. As always, if you want to talk to me, you can find me on Twitter. If you want, I actually have a Discord that I am slowly building. And if you are not on the Discord, you should be, because I'm on there when I'm home. Unfortunately, I don't have the link on me right now, but I will try to dig up that link and post it in the chat. There it is. Use copy button. Oh, Discord, you're so smart. So yeah, come hang out. I don't know. There isn't a whole lot there right now, but like I've said a couple times in past streams, like 2017 is going to be the year where I start trying to build a community, not necessarily around me, but around creative endeavors in general. So I will be in the Discord whenever I'm home. I'll try to check messages, and really I'm just trying to build a friendly community where people can actually like get together and make stuff and not feel intimidated, because I feel like there are a lot of communities out there where there's like this elite group sitting on top and like all these people, like the masses below them. And it's just like, no, I want everybody to be equals. I want people to learn. I want to help people. And I hope that community is going to be a good place to start when it comes to that. And obviously I'm going to be using my Patreon as leverage for that and hopefully getting some more support that way. But really, my main goal is just to help people progress and learn and get better at whatever thing that they like doing. So anyway, that's my spiel. I should get a link to that Discord down in the links below with all the other stuff, but I will probably handle that sometime over the next week. So again, that's all I had. You guys have a good afternoon or evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.